Oh, yeah.
That's not too early?
It's perfect.
Okay. Hey, you could turn the output up a little. It's really low.
Best looking guys on the radio. We all know the funniest.
Much better.
We
Why do we have to touch?
Seriously,
Put me in
and
this
step
spot.
out.
Yeah, but you got the. I gave you the lean to.
I can't lean all the time.
Yeah, but that's the cool. Like,
Just
it's like Cher. You get to lean like Cher.
Your hosts Daryl and Ed are about to administer
You like Cher.
love that will inspire you to step out
Do
and
your share.
experience
You're
the
sharing.
fun things. Now, here are your hosts, Daryl and Ed.
Hello. Welcome to Funniest Thing,
Yes.
where each week we share stories about how stepping out boldly always leads to better than expected outcomes.
Yeah.
I'm Daryl,
And I'm Ed.
and we're broadcasting live from Middle School Studios, downtown Culver City, the heart of Screenland.
We made it back.
That's right. And today's shoe is called Hey Hey, We're the Monkeys.
Did you say shoe? Don't you mean show?
No, I mean shoe. Because Gabby said that this episode is really going to give our listeners and YouTube watchers something delicious to chew on.
That's right. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. People say we monkey around is actually a compliment. Take it from the animals. They don't invent fears. They don't hold a grudge. They aren't afraid to express their appreciation, and they're peacefully optimistic. Their ability to stay connected with God is inspiring. And during the second segment, we brought in an expert. The Funniest Thing zookeeper and former Daily Word editor Laura Harvey will join us to read and discuss the Daily Word Earth Blessing.
Yes, and I don't think the monkeys are uncomfortable with standing so close to each other in the studio like we are.
We were talking about this episode, and we'll get to the Daily Word in the second segment, and we're talking about how much that we can learn from our animal friends. And Daryl said, hey, hey, we're the monkeys.
Yeah, because I thought that just tickled my funny bone.
That's right, that's right.
Well, wouldn't it be nice if we could talk to the animals? Just imagine chatting with a chimp and chimpanzee.
Exactly, just like Dr. Dolittle. There's so much we can learn from our furry friends, and Daryl and I...
And trees. And
trees.
everything.
That's right. The
Grass.
Wind, the ocean. Grass. Hey, what was that? Jeff Comfort's got a special visitor in the studio with him today, apparently.
Well, he doesn't just monkey around.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, there they are. So what do we got?
Should we start with some breathing?
Yes, what do we got?
Okay. So, it's a real simple homage to some of our early gurus.
Our favorite monkeys.
Our favorite monkeys. And it's... So, why don't we just jump right in? We'll clear our mind with one deep breath. Here we go. We're too busy singing to put anybody down.
We're too busy singing to put anybody down.
We're too busy singing to put anybody down. So, speaking of learning from the animals,
Yes.
why don't we start with a quick reading from the Bible that you pulled up today?
That's right. It's from...
How did you find this, by the way?
Wait, this was called
What was this?
Love Your Job.
Love Your Job. Yes, the original Steve Jobs.
Well,
Job.
No, because I remembered this morning when I was doing my routine, I remembered that one, learn from the animals, the birds can teach you. And I go, I know that's in the Bible somewhere. And it was under Love Your Job, 12:7.
Nice. All right. So Job 12:7 says, "But now ask the beasts, and let them teach you, and the birds of the heavens, and let them tell you. Or speak to the earth, and let it teach you. And let the fish of the sea declare to you, who among all these does not know that the hand of the Lord has done this?"
Ah.
Ah.
I like this.
This is really good, especially considering all the animals that are living in and around the studio and all the work that your wife does to
Yes.
get these animals homes.
Well, the other day when we were thinking about the show, I was walking up the hill and we were talking, and I jotted down some things
Yes.
that I think are great. Well, actually, it turned out to be great for both of us because we
Yes.
started applying these
Yes.
things. And I just want to refer to our last episode. What was the title of our last episode?
Our last episode. Who was on our last episode?
Minister
David McClure.
David
It was
McClure.
about prosperity.
It was about prosperity.
Oh.
The king-size box is good enough plenty is waiting to pick up.
Your king-size box of good and plenty is ready for pickup.
Thank God we paid that guy to stand in the wings and feed us our lines when we forget them.
That's right. If you want to find our episodes, and you go to DarylAndEd.com, there's a link there. Unity, listen online.
Yes.
Or iTunes, or you can find all of our episodes on YouTube. There's a tab there. You can click on any of those because some people prefer to watch us. For
Yes,
some reason.
I should just say this now. Why wait? That we were going to do a little skit about it where I'd say, Ed.
Yes, Daryl.
You're supposed to say
What?
Exactly. Did you know some of our listeners are hearing impaired and they actually prefer our YouTube episodes because they're closed captioned?
That's right.
And specifically, we're talking about one of our favorite fans from Salem, Massachusetts.
That's right.
He is actually one of our regular guests' brother. We're
Yes.
talking about Stephanie Havelka's brother, Steven.
Yes.
And we had no idea that he was
Yes.
hearing impaired.
Right.
And he was gratefully telling us, I love your YouTube episodes because they're closed caption. And me
Right.
and Ed were like, closed caption? How did that happen?
That's right.
So apparently they became closed captioned automatically.
Yes.
So if any of your friends you think would enjoy this show, but you haven't been sharing with them because they're hearing impaired,
Yes.
let them know that on YouTube they can
Right.
click the CC button and they'll be able to read along with Daryl and Ed.
This is amazing. Our listeners have blessed us in so many ways, and YouTube has blessed us by closed captioning. Steven blessed us by letting us know that it was
I
closed
know.
captioned. And Blind Bobby Biggs, the reason some of our past YouTube episodes ended up on iTunes was because he started taking the sound off of them and turning them into MP3s.
Right, for people who are visually impaired.
Yeah, that's
we have the greatest
Yeah,
fans
that's
and we
Blind
love
Bobby
them.
Biggs out in Tampa, Florida, who we love.
So the reason why I was bringing up last week's episode because our guest, David McClure,
Yes.
was on. And when he was a minister in Honolulu, where I first got introduced to Unity, I used to love his sermons because at the end of every sermon, he would give like a weekly challenge.
Yes.
Nothing absurd,
Right.
but something to focus on throughout your week.
Yes.
And I thought everybody was doing it, so I would do them, and they were wonderful. So when I was walking up the hill yesterday, I go, what is it that we learned from the animals? And I was thinking because my cat Francis just had major surgery.
Yes.
And is healing incredibly fast. This was just a week ago.
Yes.
You know, had part of his intestines taken out, and he's recovering incredibly.
Right.
And I realized, it started me thinking, okay, wait a minute. Let's see what they do that I could learn from all these animals. So one of the things they do, I noticed, is they shake it off.
Yes.
Like if they injure themselves or if they fall or even if they get bumped into,
Yeah.
they'll just shake it off.
Literally.
Yeah, literally shake it off. And it's like hitting the reset button.
Yes.
They don't do what most of us do, which is, I fell down earlier. I had a terrible year.
Yeah.
You know, where like we extend our pain from the
Right.
past. There's like some weird way to be a victim/hero.
Right. You know who also was good at that? It's Curly from the Three Stooges. Remember when something would happen, he'd like, and you just let it go right through.
Yes.
Yeah.
That. So I was thinking, okay, that's something we could do.
Yes.
And these are challenges for our listeners too to try
Yes.
this week. Pick any one of them. The other one was they're not embarrassed to ask for what they want. They're not thinking,
That's right.
oh, is this person going to judge me like as being bullyish if I
gonna
ask?
think I eat too much?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
They'll just ask and they accept the answer as God's will. Whether they get it or
Yes.
not, they don't get, oh, I didn't get what I wanted.
They'll joyfully go to the next
Yes.
opportunity, right? The next
Yes.
one and the next one.
And the other one that I really benefited from, that hit the nail on the head, they're always enthusiastic to see you whenever you reconnect.
Yes.
And I thought, oh my God, if when Lori walked in,
Yes.
and like every time I saw her, I just went, wow, oh, just like not overly faking it, but just like, hey, like really express that.
Changes everything.
And then Ed was telling, because you were about to go visit a student.
Yes.
And it was like right at the time we were talking about this. And I said, oh, that's perfect. You should just go meet him. Like, you're excited to reconnect.
Well, it's funny because earlier today I was sitting in the office waiting for this same student. And the lady at the desk, my friend Tasha, was asking me, she said, whatever technique you're using with this kid is remarkable, because I remember when you first started coming, he wanted nothing to do with school and he wanted nothing to do with you, right? And I was thinking, well, what technique did I use? Right? And what I realized is that's the technique I used. Whenever I never held it against him that he didn't want to see me. Every time I saw him, if he wanted to work, I was up for it. If not, I just thanked him. I even stopped asking him for a while, but if I saw him on the street or at the school, I just, always be so happy to see him, right?
It is so magical.
Eventually, he was receptive to getting the help, and he trusted me like no one else at the school, basically. And he works, and now he's like very close to graduating because he's had to make up so many units from all that time he was resisting. But he's just been working, and no one. And it's like there's times where I think I should be pushing the kids more when they, but it's like it doesn't work. No. It's just about being happy to see them every time, just like you said. Dropping whatever story came before, just like a dog would. Just being very happy to see them. And that goes true for the coworkers as well. When I do this at meetings.
Oh my God.
It's like, boom, I feel they totally changes who they are. And I never realized in the past how much me holding myself as a victim of someone else would create that reality. And it would create resentment and all this stuff. But when I have gone into meetings, turned off the switch of judgment and just said, for no reason at all, only thing I'm going to do is just be as happy as I can to see everybody, it changes everything.
Oh my God, I got a great story about that. That's why I'm wearing this green smiley button. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can see it, and we'll tell you in a moment. So here's the challenge: is to be more like our furry friends.
Yes.
So they shake it off.
Yes.
Let it go. And whatever they ask for what they want.
Yep.
And whatever the answer is, great, and move on.
Yeah.
They're always enthusiastic to see you whenever you reconnect.
Yes.
And here's another good one. This one's a tough one. They love doing new things and going on new adventures.
Yes.
They're not like resistant.
Right.
Because anytime we say, hey, we're going for a ride, they're like, boom, 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 boom. Like, they don't care where we're going.
You just close their eyes.
And it's awesome.
Put the nose out.
Yeah.
Sniff whatever's coming their
way.
Yeah, with a big smile.
They never like hold back and go, wait a minute. Like they don't like say, I don't want to leave the house right now.
Yeah.
Are you sure this is going to be fun?
Is this house still going to be here when we get back?
Yeah, none of that.
Right.
That's another thing too. They don't invent worries.
Yeah, fears and worries and
they don't invent them like we do. And that's why like Francis, and I thank anyone who prayed for Francis, and Emmett Fox says this in his writings, that animals respond incredibly well, magnificently well to prayer.
Yes.
Because they don't carry the resistance of judgment and doubt in their mind.
Right.
So those are our 4 challenges.
Now, we have a good reading from Emmett Fox that tells why it's so important that we take the attitude that our furry friends can teach us about. Because that's kind of what the crux of a lot of the things we read about and practice and talk about on this show is what Emmett talks about here. This book is called Around the Year with Emmett Fox. All of our books, anything we read from, if you go to DarylAndEd.com and click on the reading list tab, it'll take you to a list of all the books, and you can click on them, and it'll take you to like Amazon or whoever is selling them, and you can buy it and add it to your own collection of inspired reading if you so choose. So go to DarylAndEd.com for that as well. Everything, basically anything related to the show, Daryl has put up a nice, clean, easy website where you can just click and find whatever it is you want.
And here we go. This is from October 30th. Tail wags dog. Fascinating.
Yes.
The truth is that your outer conditions, your environment, are not cause, they are effect. You are not happy because you are well. You are well because you are happy. You do not have faith because things are going well. They are going well because you have faith. You're not depressed because trouble has come to you, but trouble has come because your realization of the truth had first fallen off.
Yes.
The secret of
Yes.
life, then, is to control your mental states.
Yes.
To accept sickness, trouble, and failure as unavoidable and perhaps inevitable is folly, because it is this very acceptance by you that keeps these evils in existence. Man is not limited by his environment. He creates his environment by his beliefs and feelings. To suppose otherwise is like thinking that the tail can wag the dog. If you have been thinking that outer conditions are stronger than you are, say to yourself, tail wags dog, and immediately reverse the belief.
Yes, and I would add the word, he says control your mental thoughts. For me to digest it a little easier, it might help you direct your mental.
Yes.
Like, that's what we do. We redirect our mental patterns to get in the flow with the loving. And you have that story. Did you want to share that, or did you have?
Oh wait, that's good. But you know, you just gave me an idea for next week's show title.
Do we share it now, or you want to hold it in for later? I'm not good at holding things in. Why don't you spit it out?
It's the music that we choose.
It's the music
because it can
that
go
we
for our
choose.
thing. Yes,
That's right. It's like, what station do we tune into?
Yes, because next week our guest is Becky Watson.
And let me hear that. Can you
Story?
give that a quick example of how when you were in the Coast
Oh
Guard,
my God! Yes, and we have 2 minutes of
and
this.
you learned it
quick
from
stuff.
the fish.
Yes, this is speaking about a New Jersey guy talking about swimming with the fishes. This has nothing to do with
Mafia.
Yeah. So anyway, I was getting trained on doing a shore dive from a marine trainer. His
And that's
name-
you from the beach wearing all scuba gear
Yeah,
and
where-
all the.
everything. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
which is and at Barber's Point, which is the northern shore of Oahu,
Okay.
which is rough and it churns
Oh
up.
boy, a lot of open ocean water.
Yeah, and not clear water. This
wow.
is very churned up. You can barely see 5 feet in front of you.
Well, yeah, life can be just like that.
Yes, and that was all part of the training exercise. And it's very difficult because you got to fight the waves going in,
Yeah.
which uses a lot of air.
Right.
And then you got to fight the current coming back,
Right.
supposedly. So while we were out there and we're going through the motions, of course, without you knowing it, one of the training is, I'm less air than I thought.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden I'm like, holy cow, I have less air than I thought.
Yeah.
So I knew not to panic.
Yeah.
And remind myself, at this time I was already into these teachings. I go, okay, God's in charge. And one thing the trainer told us is pay attention to the fish.
Yeah.
So I was like, what does he mean by that? Well, now that I had to get back to shore, and when
Yeah.
you're deep, you can't feel the current.
Right.
So if I just tried to power to shore, I would have ran out of air because
Yeah.
the current pulls back and goes forward. But then I noticed the tropical fish, these little tiny,
Yeah.
and you hear people about being saved by dolphins, but who's been rescued by tropical fish?
Right.
So I'm looking at them, and it was almost like they were talking to me. They're going, okay, hold it. Don't paddle, because they weren't paddling.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I'd see their little tails go, and they'd start paddling because
Wow.
they could feel like when the
Yeah.
wave was coming, probably like when someone teaches you to surf for
Yeah,
the first
for sure.
time.
Yeah, you got to go with the flow.
Yeah,
of the
so all of a
wave.
sudden I said, okay. I started paddling, and we went, and then they stopped. So I stopped, and I could feel my body go back a little,
Yeah.
but not a lot, like maybe
Right.
5 feet, 6 feet.
Right.
And then I watched them, and I was to shore. I made it to shore like in the nick of time.
Right.
But this is valuable lesson.
Yeah.
And this is what brought up our 4 little challenges that we recognized and
yeah.
just, dogs and cats. And one last thing before we go to the break, I mentioned trees and grass.
Yeah.
Because when I was working at the studio, I remember it was around lunchtime.
Yeah.
And I was getting a little burnt out in the day. And one of the guests who was actually one of the stars of one of the shows we taped,
Yeah.
she said, Daryl, why don't you just come outside for a minute? And I said, all right, why not?
Yeah.
I get outside, and she goes, here, just touch this tree. Just stand on the grass. Like in the parking lot,
Yes.
there was a tree and this little plot of grass. And she goes, there, doesn't that feel better? And I go, yes.
That's awesome.
Because just getting out of your office and just holding a tree,
Yes.
and if you want to hug the tree, it feels so centering
Yes.
and so calming. It like hit my reset button.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So let's see here. Pope John the 23rd said, consult not your fears, but your hopes and your dreams. Think not about your frustrations, but about your unfulfilled potential. Concern yourself not with what you tried and failed in, but with what is still possible for you to do.
Yeah.
All right, we'll have more dogma coming up after the break. But coming up next, we have former Daily Word editor and Funniest Thing zookeeper Laura Harvey joining us to read and discuss the Daily Word Earth Blessing. Thank you for listening to Funniest Thing on Unity Online Radio.
This one is called The Pants. Take 8.
I'm an expensive monkey. I was trained at NASA.
Ah.
Yeah, I taught this little fella how to smoke cigarettes back when I was in the Coast Guard, and we've been friends ever since.
Look, Laura Harvey has a huge... Oh, she had a huge dangling earring. Diamond earring.
Way!
Oh, there she is.
Hey, how are you
There
guys?
she is.
Wow, look at you.
I don't look any different.
No, you look different.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Yes.
San
It's
Diego.
a California tan.
I know.
California
You're
gold.
tan,
You're
you're
getting a lot of
fit.
sun.
Yeah.
You look tan and fit.
Oh, thanks.
Does everyone know?
All right.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, Jeff. How are you?
Good.
It's been a long time.
I know.
Our YouTube watchers are actually still with us, and they get to know that we're talking to Laura Harvey, the former Daily Word editor,
Yes, who was living in Chile,
Missouri.
Missouri, and now,
She's the queen of sunshine in San Diego.
yes, she is.
Sunny Southern California.
I saw a picture of your house from a Marine helicopter. How did you get
Oh.
that picture?
Wasn't that awesome? That was like a neighbor that posted that on our neighborhood Facebook page. So he
That's
let us-
fantastic. Neighborhood Facebook page. That's great.
Wow.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Stalker.
We
Or
have
to
something
do
for to sell. We can put it up there and then run over to the neighbors and grab it.
That's great.
Yes.
This is a great suggestion for our listeners that are listening. I know, not our listeners, our YouTube watchers. Did you know this is on YouTube?
I did not know that. I
You
would
do now.
put more makeup on.
Well, no,
Am
you're...
I on or only you guys?
No, the only one they see is us.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. And our friend here.
Yes.
They get to hear you and me, though.
All right. Well, hi, everybody.
That's
and the monkey. Does the monkey have a name?
Yeah, that's Nelson. Nelson, actually, I met Nelson when I was working at NASA. He's the one I trained to wear the spacesuit, press buttons, and smoke cigarettes. And after he retired, he loved me so much, he found me on Facebook and he moved in with us.
Wow. Well,
Wait, was
this is really-
was Mr. Nelson the horse or the monkey in Pippi Longstocking? Do you remember?
No, I don't
I
remember.
think it might have been the monkey. Mr.
Well,
Nelson.
I named him Nelson after a Major Nelson on I Dream of Jeannie.
Yes. Another great Nelson in history. So, what else we got here?
Well, we're very excited. I'm going to have to post these challenges. Our animal Did you hear we gave 4 great weekly challenges
That's right.
to our
No,
listeners?
I didn't.
Because the show is all about,
Learning from the animals.
yeah, earth blessing and learning from the
blessing.
animals. So the things we learned from the animals that you could choose one or would try to apply any one of them at any time during your week is the animals shake things off, like they hit the reset button
Yes, they do.
without carrying like, I fell down. They just move to the next one. They're not embarrassed to ask for what they want. They don't think, oh, what are they going to think about me? And if they don't get it, they're fine with it. Oh, we got to go to the show. I'll tell you the other 2 later.
I've learned never to feed the animals.
Never feed the animals.
Never feed the animals.
Man, you got some hungry
You're
dogs at home.
Daryl and Ed, the best looking guys on the radio. If you have a question or comment about today's show, or if you'd like to join in the discussion, friend us on Facebook at Funniest Thing with Daryl and Ed, or email us at funniestthing@unityonlineradio.org. Now, back to Funniest Thing.
Hey, we're the monkeys.
Yes, we are. And today's show is all about earth blessings.
That's
So
right.
that's the daily word.
Me.
What's that? Robin Williams?
No, that was a Martian, but I wasn't thinking of Robin Williams. I was thinking of my favorite Martian.
Oh, my favorite Martian. I see.
This is the time where we thank our listeners and our viewers.
Yes, and you know what's exciting is on our Facebook fan page, we got a couple new likes one from Jackie Ariola Rodriguez from Chicago.
Yes.
And the cool part was the other one's from Wakas Jamal from Pakistan.
Yes, from
That's
Pakistan.
pretty amazing, man. When I saw that he's from Pakistan, it really hit me that we all have the same things that go through our mind. He had a picture with maybe his daughter or someone in the background. I was just thinking how I wake up and I do all this stuff to get my son to school, keep myself in a great state of mind. And I was thinking he does this. He must have the same things going through his head. It's no matter where we are. We all go through the same things.
I know. And it's just such an amazing compliment that people from all over are liking our show and listening.
And that professional voiceover lady that coming back in from the break said that you can email us at funniestthing@unityonlineradio.org, right?
Yes.
You could also go to darylanded.com. There's a place there where you can contact us because we've been getting a lot of messages via that route.
Yes.
darylanded.com is a super easy way to access everything related, including starting a Funniest Thing study group.
That's right. All it takes is one or more people in a podcast, and you got yourself a Funniest Thing study group.
And we're making money hand over fist.
We're not making a dime, Ed.
That's right. All the podcasts are free.
But we are available if you have any questions for free as well about your podcast, or if you want to discuss something, just email us. We love it.
That's right. It does. We do get paid handsomely because we enjoy what we do so much, and it bleeds over, and we're much nicer people. We're like some kind of robot monkeys. All of the nice emails and stuff we get are like putting quarters, and we act nice when we get we get all that good feedback.
Yes, it's true.
And then we come on the show and tell you how the monkey
survived the
week. So we want to we also have tweeters out there like Shockley Management that's always retweeting our tweets and such.
Yes, and we have a tweet. It's at Daryl and Ed.
At Daryl and Ed, and one person that we always thank.
Oh, yes.
Handsome as the Dickens.
Yes, he is. He's our favorite audiophile.
Yes, he's our favorite hairless chimp, if you will. Although he's not completely hairless.
No.
He's not from the neck up, we know.
Yes.
He does have a beard and hair atop his head. He's like a Kevin Costner meets Kevin Spacey meets... Who's the other person?
The guy, Oh, wait, who was the other guy?
Robin Williams? He's on my mind for some reason.
I know.
He must be thinking of us. So thank you.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, he's falling asleep at the board, and that is Chief Engineer Jeff Comfort.
Because each week
he takes us
right into the comfort zone. There he is. He flew over in his drone.
I found a harmony this week.
Well, it happens once in a while. I mean, even a clock is right twice a day.
That's right. That's right. A broken watch.
Oh, that's what it is. Well, a working clock is right twice a day, too.
At least. Maybe not, though. If it's working, it may never be right. All right. Shout out to the prayer line. 800-NOW-PRAY, 800-669-7729. We both use the prayer line. It is fantastic.
And like I mentioned, I've been using it a lot this past week for my cat Francis, who had the major surgery. I mean, a big piece of his intestines were removed, and he is doing so well. Thank you for all your prayers, and thank you for Silent Unity.
And everyone prayed for my sister-in-law, Glenda Biaggiordi, last week, and she is still moving through some process with some things with her health that have been giving her a challenge. But my aunt had a dream that my grandmother, who is who passed away I never met her, but she had a dream that my grandmother was in the house with my sister-in-law, my brother, and their family, and my grandmother in the dream told my aunt, "Oh, she's gonna have this all figured out soon. She'll know exactly what she needs to do." So there's definitely progress happening there.
Yes, there is.
Thank you.
And it's been around for 125 years. They'll send you a nice little email, and there's no obligation.
And there's a You Pray app.
Yes,
that's available.
The letter U.
You Pray. It's free. You can send in prayers, type them in. You can call straight from there. There's meditations.
Oh yeah, guided meditation. You could listen to just meditative music.
Yes, you can. It is such a great tool. It's such a great tool because sometimes you just have a moment, or you just don't feel like making the full call, but you write it. Some people prefer to write. I love writing. I don't know. I get my hands sometimes know more than I do. And I type in a prayer, I send it off, and I always feel better. You still get an email from them if you
that's the best.
Click on the email thing.
And I just want to let our listeners know who never tried it. You don't get inundated by any other emails.
That's right. Noel Bax, our fan, has been using it as part of his morning routine.
It's been around for their anniversary is this year, 125 years.
If you call the prayer line as well, there's a voice recorded in the beginning that gets you ready for the prayer.
Yes, it's a
the
great
prayer person.
meditation. Even
Yeah.
that is awesome.
Some people think that that's the whole thing.
Yes.
That's like the introduction to the ride.
Yes.
Then your host will come in and pray with you. And,
Yes.
Yeah. So it is amazing. I always feel better when I call, and then when you get the letter or the email later, if you choose, it is amazing. And dude.
But
The Daily Word segment is coming up, and once again, if you go to DarylandEd.com,
oh
our
my
page,
God, I don't
either
even think Laura Harvey knows about
under
this.
the special offer tab or down at the bottom of our homepage, there's a link there. You get a special deal on the Daily Word. They also gave us a landing page. That's what our website will take you to, which is dailyword.com/funniest thing. And
So just go to DarylandEd.com, which is easy too, and press on that. It's only $9.95, the paper version, to be mailed to your home for an entire year.
yes,
That's around 3 cents a day.
that's right.
I mean, you get $1 million lifestyle for 3 cents a day.
That's
It's
right,
the
and
best investment you'll ever make.
I even get the large print version because
And
it's
it's-
more like a children's book for me.
And it's no extra charge for the
That's
large
right.
or the small.
It is fantastic. And the perfect person has come on our show today, former Daily Word editor, Laura Harvey.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
are you?
Here.
Oh, man,
There
we're
you
so
go.
happy.
You got the Daily Word there, and I'm glad you got your landing page. That's a great offer.
Oh
I
my
know.
gosh. We're super excited
Good for
about that.
you.
I know. You would think people would want to distance themselves from Daryl and Ed, but
Well, actually, it's funny because the way we got it, we thought we were going to be on that Christian radio station.
they distance
They distanced
themselves.
themselves from us at the very last second. But as a result, the ball got moving for our
Yes.
landing page for Daily Word. So it all worked out.
Yes, and we have lots of listeners that are actually been subscribing.
Yes, it's fantastic.
Well, you two have been wonderful spokespeople for Daily Word since you first started. So that's awesome. You deserve a page.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you. I mean, it's just we actually love it, so it's not even like we're doing anything special.
Well, we thought also when we saw that you were coming up and it was the Earth Blessing, who could be a better person with what you've been doing lately?
Yes, your family's business.
Yes, to do Earth Blessing.
Yes. Oh, do you mean the nursery?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Because we actually have quite a lot going on. But yes, I get to work. I am so lucky to get to work at a nursery in Southern California, and it is just beautiful. It's really a botanical garden and nursery, and we have a wild bird sanctuary. We have
Wow.
little goats you can go out and feed the little
Aw.
goats. And butterfly garden. We're going to be releasing some butterflies in a couple of weeks at a seminar.
Wow.
So, anyways, it's
Wait.
just a lovely place to live and work.
Well, wait. Where is this? Because we have listeners in Southern California. Don't
Yeah.
It
come
is
on.
in Fallbrook, California, Myrtle Creek Botanical Gardens in Fallbrook, California.
Beautiful.
Oh my
And
goodness.
it's a beautiful area.
Now I gotta go because Lori will tell you
Yeah.
I love goats.
I've been telling both of you, you got to bring your wives. You got to come down here. They will love it.
My son will love it as
I
well.
love
There's
goats.
a beautiful
Yeah?
gift
Oh.
shop and everything. Yeah.
What
And
do you
the
love
goats.
about goats?
I don't know. They have a tiny little smile in the
Oh,
front.
yes, they do, don't they?
They're just the cutest little things, and they jump up
Yeah.
on top of things, and they're
I know.
amazing.
We got 3 of them. They climb all over each other. They're very well fed by all the kids that come to visit.
Aw,
And they're very sweet.
Ah.
nice, nice.
So speaking of earth blessings and goats,
Shall we get into the Daily Word?
Would you like me to read the daily word today?
Would love it.
yes.
Okay. It is called Earth Blessing. And our affirmation today is I honor the earth and all of life. Today, I recognize and appreciate how the earth blesses me. As I stop to smell the flowers, I breathe out a thank you for their sweet scent. I place my hand on a tree and acknowledge its service of shelter and shade. During a rain shower, I envision the interconnection of rivers, lakes, and oceans, nourishing and supporting all living things. I bless all the creatures of the earth, from the bee who pollinates the crops that become my food to the graceful giraffe who reminds me to elevate my perspective. I witness the joy of a squirrel burying an acorn and wonder about the tree the acorn may become. I am one with the earth's inhabitants, and I honor them all. The earth is the Lord's and all that is in it, the world and those who live in it. From Psalm 24:1.
Oh, my goodness. That's the best.
That is beautiful. And Daryl, you were telling me about the 4 things that the animals teach us during our break. And so far, I think I've gotten to 3, right? But my dog does all of those things.
Oh,
so I relate to all of that.
Yes, and the one that I've been using a lot and that Ed's been using is they always are enthusiastic to see you whenever you reconnect.
Yeah.
And so we started applying that. Like Ed's been with students, I've been with just people that are in my everyday life. I bring that enthusiasm like my dogs have, like Gabby and Mr. French.
Every time you see them.
And
it's a great one.
Oh my God.
Well, that's unconditional love, because you're not going through a list in my mind and going, do you deserve my full appreciation?
Yes.
No, it's just unconditional every time.
Happy to see you.
Yes.
It's a choice. It's a choice. And you know, like that's what I had to retrain my mind to realize. It's just a choice. I have the ability, and it's actually my natural state to love everyone. Not necessarily like or hang out with, but it can transform. Actually, the people that I may not fully like, if I love them fully, they're more likely to go about their separate way and go find people that they get along with. But you know what I'm saying? So
yes.
We don't have to hang out with all the time, but we can choose to be unconditionally loving and appreciate them nonetheless, because God is appreciating and loving all of us as us, is us all the time.
Yeah, I mean, because I was going to say even Gabby and Mr. French are always happy to see me, but they don't necessarily want me hanging around with them all the time.
That's right. That's right.
Well, we love all the people in our lives. Of course we do, but we forget that we're happy to see them.
Yes.
And so that's a great reminder.
Yes.
Just every time we walk in the door. I love that. My dog Boomer does that to me every time.
And Daryl was just saying earlier that about filling the God. Some people talk about filling the God hole within you, and he had an interest. Like they say drinking or food or sex or whatever it is can't fill the God-sized hole within. And you had a great observation. What about that?
Because people would say, I found nothing would fill my God-sized hole. And intellectually, I get it. Okay, these outside things don't. And I understand what they mean. But it never really had a magical feeling in my stomach. Like, I couldn't get it.
What does that mean to you?
Exactly. And then it hit me because I've been, with my cat, I've had to give additional love and everything. And I go, generosity. Like, you can't fill the God-sized hole because it's an outlet.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Because when I'm generous, it fills. Like being generous. And I like the word generous because I don't like the word be of service.
Well, yeah, because I like that too. Because people can still make it come as if God is coming from the outside to fill the hole, rather than the kingdom of God is within. And as it pours out of us, it flows through that space and fills the world.
Generosity is an action too. I love
Yes.
that. And loving and loving kindness and all of that. Those are actions of the things we do. And I think that puts out that energy, and it absolutely fills those kind of, fills us up.
Oh my God. And it gives us the opportunity to be the good news instead of if I'm sitting around and I'm in a victim state of mind, I'm wondering when are things going to turn around and blah, 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 blah. It seems like it just piles on more and more. But when I turn the tide and say, no, the problem is I have so much love to give and I'm holding it in at this moment. And then if I find ways to start giving it, which is not hard, Facebook, an animal, Daryl,
pets
take
are the
a walk
best
and
way.
smile at someone, whatever. Once I start giving, it totally changes the scene and I'm no longer a victim.
Yeah, that's why the earth blessings is a good one too, because it gives us something we can be generous with, like whether it's gardening, or me feeding my dogs, or even if I'm reluctant, like my dogs will wake me up every morning at 6:30. They won't wake up Lori because they know she plays possum.
Right.
And I'm the sap, right? But it's one of those inconveniences that I actually enjoy.
Yeah.
They'll start licking my face. They won't stop until I get up.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
have the same issue.
Because it gets it flowing. Even though I want to be grumbly, it gets the generosity flowing. And the word generous can be anything. It could be with your money, with your time, but it's this feeling of giving joyously.
Yeah, freedom too.
Right, thinking about the other person.
Yes.
Just thinking about them and doing something that you know they would think is nice or helpful, or they would love. It makes you feel good.
Just like my cat, whenever I'm feeling anything that like maybe tension, stress, out of nowhere, bloop, Ducky appears and sits on my lap, sits on the very place where I'm holding the stress. It's amazing.
That's exactly what Francis does. And people think we're nuts because getting Francis surgery was, I mean, a life is, I mean, I could do
it was a pretty penny.
I could do without a new kitchen. I mean, God wants me to give to life, right?
Yeah.
And because Francis always has done that and still does it, like if I'm laying down, if I don't feel good or if I have a headache, bloop, he comes right up and starts purring right on me.
Yeah, and they're totally different than dogs in the way they give their love, but it's still generous and kind. It's amazing. All right,
Well,
Laura
I'm glad
Harvey.
She's feeling better. I'm glad he's feeling better.
Oh, he's feeling great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we're glad you came on the show today. It's time for a break. We appreciate you coming as always. Anything else,
Thanks for
Daryl?
having me.
What's the name of the nursery again?
Myrtle Creek Botanical Gardens.
Myrtle Creek, like Myrtle Fillmore. What do you know?
I know. I can't get away from the myrtles.
And where is it? Where is it located?
Fallbrook, California.
And Myrtle loves you more today than yesterday.
Yeah, but not as much as tomorrow, Ed.
True. Coming up after the break, we'll have a joke of the day, listener mailbag, and more. So thank you for listening to Funniest Thing on Unity Online Radio.
This one is called the pants. Take 8.
Well, yeah, I'm so glad you told us about the goats. When are the butterflies being released? What week?
Let's see. Gosh, we're doing it. No. It's like 2 weeks from now. I don't have it right in front of me, the date.
Is it on the website?
It is on the website. I'll post it.
Yeah,
I will post it. I'll share it on your funniest thing.
Yeah, what is the website? Because you could say it now.
discovermyrtlecreek.com.
Discovermyrtlecreek.com. Perfect.
Yep.
Oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, and we're doing a big Mother's Day event too. So the whole weekend with a bunch of craft fair, like a bunch of vendors and, all that kind of stuff.
Wonderful.
So
Well,
it'll be fun, but you guys do have to come down.
We will. I'm telling you, this is where you need to be because you look like a different person.
Good.
I mean, you look even more radiant.
All right.
I'll
take it.
I'm telling you, you probably don't see it, but we haven't seen you in a little while, so it's amazing.
Yeah, fantastic.
Well, thank you. Yeah, this is good. I like this.
Well,
I
yeah.
like visiting with you guys.
Fantastic.
Well, thank you so much.
All right. Thanks for having me.
your website?
Yep, that's it.
All right.
Oh, good. You can even hold it up there, and our YouTubers will see
Yeah,
it
go
clearly.
to the events page, and they'll have the little thing about the butterfly release and the butterfly workshop.
Awesome.
So you can have your own backyard butterfly garden.
All right.
Oh, we didn't tell them a joke.
We now return to the funniest thing. Here are your hosts,
The
Daryl
joke
and
is
Ed,
put the beads away.
best looking guys on the radio.
Is that the one?
All right.
Wow, we're back. Hey, we're the monkeys.
That's right, and that's the name of today's episode, and it's all about all the ways that we can learn from our furry friends and appreciate the earth and emulate that and be more loving and joyous.
Well, and how generosity fills the God-sized hole, because we discovered it's not actually a hole that needs filling; it's actually an outlet.
That's right.
That's why.
That's right.
That's why trying to stuff it with money, food, gambling, sex, a new car,
right.
a new home, a new city, joining the military.
Yeah, that's just
none of those things fill it.
Because that's trying to take something from the outside to fill it, rather than filling it with the love that flows from within, or
Right.
letting it pour out.
Yeah, because then you could do any one of those things,
Yeah, right.
and it's part of your.
Yeah, it's like a well of love, and we're trying to throw stuff in there.
Yes, instead of trying to fix it with those things, now I get to enjoy.
And those things
any of
actually
those
come
things.
from within, because when we're giving, they just kind of start manifesting
Yes,
around
they
us.
do.
Wealth, cars, whatever it is, relationships, jobs. So the one good reading that goes along with this show, from Around the Year with Emmett Fox, once again.
You mean the second one?
This is our second reading from this book for today, is about inheriting the earth. We've all heard the saying from
Did
the
I
Bible,
get the right
meek
page?
shall inherit the
Oh,
earth.
good.
Yeah, that's why I put that little
Oh, that was
card
you.
in
Good.
earlier.
Okay.
Yes.
You're smarter
and,
than me.
So I think this word meek goes right along with what we're talking about, why we love our animal friends so much and how we can be more like them.
Yes.
Because the word meek in the Bible connotes a mental attitude for which there is no other single word available. It is a combination of open-mindedness, faith in God, and the realization that the will of God for us is always something joyous and interesting and vital. This state of mind also includes a perfect willingness to allow this will of God to come about in whatever way divine wisdom considers to be the best, rather than in some particular way that we have chosen for ourselves. This mental attitude of teachableness, willingness to be led, is the key to dominion or success in demonstration. There's no word for it in common speech because the thing does not exist except for those who are up on the spiritual basis of the teaching of Jesus Christ. If we desire to inherit the earth, we must absolutely acquire this meekness.
That's why animals are peacefully optimistic, because
right.
they're always connected.
Yeah, they don't make the man. They don't tell you, get that Alpo camp brand or whatever the brand.
No.
They're like, you put that in that dish, they're going to dig in.
Well, and even like I was thinking about, we have the outdoor cat, Peanut.
Yeah.
And he'll just lay in the sun in the driveway.
Yeah.
Not thinking, well, a car could come in here at any moment, so I better not enjoy the sun here.
Yeah, right.
Instead, he just lays there, and when he hears a car come close, well, time to move. He moves to another spot and then enjoys that spot.
Dude, yes. Speaking of time to move, why don't we move on to a joke of the day?
Sure.
All right, this one comes once again from New Jersey, I believe.
Yes.
From Nina Malloy.
Camden, New Jersey. Thank
We
you,
love
Nina.
Nina Malloy because she's always hooking us up with the jokes.
Yes,
Yeah.
through our email.
That's right. So listen to this. A lady went to her priest one day and told him, "Father, I have a problem. I have 2 female parrots, but they only know to say one thing."
What do they say?
Well, they say, "Hi, we're hookers. Do you want to have some fun?"
That's obscene.
That's what the priest exclaimed, and he thought for a moment.
You know, I may have a solution to your problem. I have 2 male talking parrots, which I have taught to pray and read the Bible. Bring your 2 parrots over to my house, and we'll put them in the cage with Francis and Peter. And my parrots can teach your parrots to pray and worship, and your parrots are sure to stop saying that phrase in no time.
"Thank you," the woman responded. "This may very well be the solution." The next day, she brought her female parrots to the priest's house. As he ushered her in, she saw that his 2 male parrots were inside their cage holding rosary beads and praying.
Wow.
Impressed, she walked over and placed her parrots in with them. After a few minutes, the female parrots cried out in unison, "Hi, we're hookers. Do you want to have some fun?" There was a stunned silence. Shocked, one male parrot looked over at the other male parrot and said,
"Put the beads away, Frank. Our prayers have been answered."
All right.
Thank you, Nina Malloy.
Now it's time for some... Who's that I hear in the distance coming in here? Who is that? I hear someone at your door.
I hear some
Oh, there we go. Oh, boy.
Gabby, the postal pitbull, is here with the mail. You know, speaking of Gabby, we learned something else from her, Ed.
What did we learn?
Well, when someone's talking behind your back, don't let it get to you.
Well, what do you do instead?
Fart. That's what she does.
Ah! Oh, my goodness. Well, let me get this piece of mail out of here. This one actually came through our contact form on our DarylandEd.com.
It took a little bit. Normally, Jeff doesn't get these jokes until the ride home, but he actually looks like he got that one within a 60-second time period.
This one's from Karen Bresner. It says, "Dear Daryl and Ed, I love your show. Furthermore, I would like to share this little song parody to the tune of 99 bottles of beer on the wall.
All right, let's hear it.
99 reasons for gratitude, 99 thoughts of thanks. Take one down, pass it around. 98 reasons for gratitude, 98 reasons for gratitude." Okay, we get the idea there, she says. Well, she ended it there. Thank you. That's a good one. And she gave us an acrostic for joy, which is just open up your heart. Just open up your heart. Joy. Sincerely, Karen Bresner.
Oh, J-O-Y.
J-O-Y. Just open up your heart. I like that. Man,
So do
that's
I.
really helpful.
That's taking me a while to get.
I know.
See, you got to watch about what you
Because
say about others.
You're like me. You didn't know what an acrostic was, did you?
No,
Neither did I.
I thought we called
Acronym?
them acronyms.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. All right. Why don't you pick out the next one?
Oh, here we go. Oh, this one's a new one too.
Yeah.
Says, I love you guys and your show. I look forward to listening each week.
Yes.
Thanks so much for sharing real events from your own lives to demonstrate the ideas you are presenting. Your enthusiasm is very infectious and fun. Thanks for just being real in yourselves. Keep it going. Linda Meadows. That's a very
Thank
elegant
you,
name.
Linda. All right, let's see what I got down here.
Whoa.
From
Whoa.
Stephanie Havelka.
Wow, Gabby gave you an iPhone?
Yeah, she's very generous. Nowadays, you know how mail is in technology.
Wow.
Stephanie Havelka from Laguna Beach said, my brother and I, we talked about him earlier. Steven, he's the one who let us know about the closed captioning.
Yes, we talked about him in the last segment.
Stephanie Havelka is the innovator and founder of the Sportkini.
Yes, that's true.
She's been on our show many times. She's amazing. She said, my brother and I were on FaceTime last night, and we were talking about how much we love you guys and talked about the funniest thing. We talked about the prayer line. It's so awesome that I get to share this radio show with my brother. He just loves you guys, and I'm so excited because I do too.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Do we have time for a quick funniest thing of the week?
Yeah, will you share that story about your button?
Oh my God. If you're watching on YouTube, you see I have this green smiley face button.
Yes.
And an amazing thing happened just yesterday, which goes along with the theme of our show. And what it is there is a woman that shows up at these meetings I attend. And, you know, she's just one of those characters that every time she raises her hand, I immediately start shutting down because I know it's just going to be negative.
Sure.
You know, and justifying how awful everything is in the world and how, you know, it's just terrible, right? It's just a downer.
Right.
So whenever I would see her, I'd be like, ugh, well, I ended up about a week ago seeing her at a meeting.
Yes.
And she started talking. And I started feeling my resistance.
Right.
And going, whoa. And I would normally commiserate with others afterwards.
Yes.
And they'd
Yes.
like join me in this, oh God, yes, her. Well, this time I said, Daryl, you can't do this. Like, meaning I can't take this feeling I'm feeling.
Yes.
And I know it's my responsibility, this feeling. So I decided to practice what our animals do, not realizing that's what I was doing. I said, I'm going to look at her with no reference to the past. Like, I just met her today,
Right.
and I'm just experiencing her saying this today.
Yep.
And that allowed me to start sending her love in my mind.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, it clicked. Like, it was like I snapped out of a hypnotic trance,
Yep.
and I started feeling compassionate for her. Like, she was like this little lonely 10-year-old girl I could see.
Beautiful.
And I no longer felt bad
Right.
for her.
Right.
Well, then yesterday I see her twice in one day. And both times she was smiley and happy and came right up to me. And I told her how wonderful her smile was. I mean, it transformed my I did nothing. Like, I didn't go up to her and pretend,
Yeah.
I like you.
Yeah, I
It's
get
just
that.
this magic happened. And I was actually excited to see her. It's funny because when she frowns, she looks like an evil witch. But when she smiles, she's like a bright child. So the second time I saw her, she goes, wow, twice in one day. And I said, yes. And she goes, close your eyes. And I go, okay, I'll play along. And then she's getting something out of her purse, and I'm going, oh no, is she going to put something in my mouth? I mean, she is a little wacky. And I had to let go of those thoughts. Right. And then I feel her like doing something, and I hear the sound that I know it's a button, and she's pinning it on my sweater. And I look down, she goes, there you go, you can open them. And it was this smiley face. And she was so happy to give it to me. She said, yep, I just got this today, and I was excited to give it to you. And I did nothing to convince this person to like me or to convince myself to like her. It was that change in consciousness transformed it, just like the reading we read at the beginning of this show.
This is really perking Mr. Francis, excuse me.
Oh, Francis is in here.
Francis just came in. We talked about her. She's recovering. He's recovering nicely from his
Wait,
surgery.
he's telling me he's got a song he wants you to sing, and it's from his. Wow, it's from the. the best looking pussy he's ever seen.
Ah, interesting. You want to hit it, Francis? Well, he said, what he said? Just like Daryl? You just keep cruising. Can't stop, won't stop grooving. It's like you got this music in my
pray, 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 pray.
The haters gonna
Hate, 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 hate.
We're just gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it off, shake it off, yeah. Heartbreak is gonna break,
Break, break, break, break, break.
Fake is gonna
Fake,
fake.
fake, 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 fake.
Daryl and Ed are just gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it off, shake it off.
Woo! I forgot my heart was on this side.
Yeah.
Well, visit DarylandEd.com to find easy links to everything we do, including the Funniest Thing podcast on iTunes, or our YouTube page, our Twitter at Daryl and Ed, and the Funniest Thing fan page on Facebook. And as always, thank you for being a part of Funniest Thing with Daryl and Ed on Unity Online Radio.
Stop moving. It's like we got this music playing in my mind, saying it's gonna be alright.
Yeah!
So, the dog is the best, the pussy he's ever seen.
No, Francis.
Francis is the best, and he's gonna hit it